Yeah, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
You argue with people on the internet and you get charged up, and you gotta realize that you're probably talking to someone that looks like this. Yeah, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
You argue with people on the internet and you get charged up, and you gotta realize that you're probably talking to someone that looks like this.
H3's been on a rampage lately, body shaming people left and right, making fun of the way that people look, which is just so bad, guys. Imagine insulting someone online. This is so bad. But seriously, I could care less about someone body shaming someone, even though it is funny from goddamn Ethan Klein's perspective. He's a fat ass, and he's out here making fun of the way that people look, which I'm gonna get into. But inherently, I could care less about this. I'm in grand support of this. I'm in grand support of any insults online, any kind of trash talking you want to do. That's what I stand for. But me and you, Ethan Klein, we don't share the same standards. We don't play by the same rules. You go by a different conduct. You hold people to a different standard than yourselves and critique other people for the same things that you do. And now that you have cultivated this audience for the last like 2 years of pure cancel culture retards who are just gonna go after anybody who you say for the littlest, most minuscule things, such as like saying a slur online or like a bad word. He said the F slur in fucking 2010. Oh my god, guys, we're gonna make sure he can't get a job. Like that kind of crazy shit. You have cultivated these crazy people. So you can't make jokes anymore. You can't make fun of the way that people look. You can't make fun of someone else's appearances. You can't insult someone on just the most minuscule things such as their body or whatnot. You can't. You can't, because you criticize other people for doing it. That's something you've stood for in the goddamn past, and now you think that you could get away with it, motherfucker? No. You have dug your grave, motherfucker, by cultivating these retards. Now line it. Now get shit on by the same audience that you have created. Let's go over the recent events of Ethan Klein body shaming people, and then his audience retaliating and getting mad at him because it's bullshit. He's a hypocrite, but that's nothing new for Ethan Klein. But I just thought it's gonna be fun again to laugh at his dumbass online. But a few weeks ago, at the beginning of the year, there was this big controversy where Ethan Klein and Joe Rogan got into a little bit of a fist fight. More like just Ethan Klein was yelling to the eternal void. No one was fucking responding to him. Joe Rogan didn't give him any goddamn attention, and he just kept tweeting at him, kept responding to him, kept yelling out to the fucking wind with no response. Pretty pathetic stuff. But to sum it up really quickly, basically Ethan Klein called out Joe Rogan for spreading like misinformation about COVID, spreading misinformation about overall health, and he didn't like the guy. He doesn't like the guy Joe Rogan. And a lot of people changed the discourse to Ethan Klein now calling him unhealthy and telling him that he was an unhealthy guy, which maybe he alluded to and hinted at, but I think that's kind of missing the point of what Ethan was talking about. But that's in that irrelevant drama. But then the discourse shifted to then people calling out Ethan Klein for the way that he looks versus Joe Rogan, because people got the impression that he was calling him out for just being unhealthy. So everyone's like, what the fuck, this fat motherfucker is calling out this jacked ass dude when Joe Rogan's 20 years older than him as well. This guy's a dumbass. This guy's a dumbass. But then Ethan Klein, he played into this and fed this narrative instead of saying, you guys missed my point. I wasn't saying that he's goddamn unhealthy and I wasn't making fun of the way his body looks. But no, he doubled down, and apparently he was. Apparently a certain amount of him felt that Joe Rogan was like unhealthy for some reason. And he tweeted out shit like this. You say I'm unhealthy, yet Joe Rogan, adjusted for outfit, has the same body as me. Interesting. And he shows this weird clip chimp of like one freeze frame of Joe Rogan on a podcast where his stomach does look weird as hell. I don't know. That kind of looked like someone who takes steroids, to be honest. Like how their abs are kind of built like that. So yeah, he clip chimped him and he's just poking fun. Whatever. Even if that completely is real and Joe Rogan does look like a dumbass or whatever, and he does have like this weird shaped body, who cares? You're insulting him no matter what. It is hypocritical because you look like a dumbass. You look like a freak, Ethan Klein. Like, you're incredibly unhealthy. Wouldn't be surprised if you're diagnosed as an obese fucking dude. But at the end of the day, it's just poking out insults. Whether he's a hypocrite or not, it's poking fun. And he obviously knows that he's unhealthy as well. It's poking fun. But you can't do this, motherfucker. You don't have the same audience. You don't have the same attitude towards the internet as 2016 H3H3, as 2017 Ethan Klein. Fuck no. Fuck no. You've completely changed a whole 180. You're the fucking cancel culture guy, and you've garnered an audience based off of that. And people in the comments were saying things like, please stop doing body comparisons comparisons and body shaming. Regardless of who the person is, it's very toxic. It's probably learned behavior from your mom, his own audience, his own people. He is now getting shit on for the littlest things, and I can't do anything. I can't have any other reaction than happiness and a big smile on my face, because you reap what you sow, motherfucker. You did this to yourself. You're the only one to blame, dude. Do you see the miserable existence that playing the cancel culture guy gets you on the internet? You can't make jokes anymore. You're not allowed to, dude. This is the miserable and terrible existence you fucking made your bed out to be on the goddamn internet, where you can't insult people for the most minute shit, the most pointless shit, just overall having fun on the internet. Classic shit talking, which is the whole reason I basically log on every day, whole reason I got this channel. Classic just fun shit talking. You cannot engage in this at all. When you're always the guy morally grandstanding against other people, acting like you're a better person, condemning others online, you cannot then do the same bullshit that you fucking condemn, and you're paying for it, motherfucker. So many people totally miss the entire point about this thing. It's not about who looks better or who's more muscular. It's about who's spreading medical misinformation and saying fat people, half the US, should get fit or die. And that's exactly what I was talking about initially when I described this drama. I felt a lot of people were missing the point, but I would be completely on your side, fucking commenter, right now. But Ethan Klein is now engaging and fucking openly body shaming and making fun of the way this guy looks. Like, you're correct if you were only talking about his initial tweet of calling out Joe Rogan for misinformation. Now, I don't know if the Joe Rogan, if he really does spread misinformation or not. I'm not well read on that situation, on whether or not he does or doesn't. But let's say he was for the sake of the argument, and that Ethan Klein was right in calling him out. Why the fuck would you then engage in body shaming him? You can't make jokes, dude. You've paved this road of being the politically correct cancel culture guy. Don't think that you could go back to being edgy for a second, because fuck no, dude. Fuck no. You can't go back to your old goddamn reputation. You've already ruined it too much. And that's only the first instance of this happening. He also made fun of Nicholas Diorio. Funny enough, if you guys are familiar with goddamn the commentary community, he made fun of Nicholas Diorio live on TV. And to be fair, he didn't fat shame him. He was simply just making fun of the way he looks and his appearance. But his audience in the live chat then started to call him out and be like, hey, are you fat shaming this guy? Are you making fun of the way this guy looks? This is so fucked up, dude. This is so bad. I can't believe you would stoop to these levels. Like, this is the miserable life that you now have, dude. How does it feel?
Bonus found by Nicholas Diorio. Shout out. Can you put up a picture of Nick while we read this one found by him?
Here's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
You argue with people on the internet and you get charged up, and you gotta realize that you're probably talking to someone that looks like this. And what I mean by that is a pimply-faced kid who, you know, he's a know-nothing with that. So this is the kind of person that is a tough guy on the internet, you know.
Who's body shaming anyone? I'm seeing people.
I literally didn't even comment on his body.
You guys are projecting a little bit here.
I didn't say a single freaking comment.
Well, I guess you
about
said that
his
he was
body.
pimply.
What?
You said that he was pimply, I guess. Is that body shaming?
No.
Pimples?
Saying he has pimples? We all had pimples.
It's
My point
part
is
of,
that
like,
he's a child.
That he's a
Teenager.
child, yes.
Yeah. Okay, guys, am I not... let me ask you something. Am I not allowed to talk about anybody who's over... Like, what is your point?
And then just yesterday, the last instance of this, he then openly body shames fucking Joe Rogan again with this picture saying built different, and he just compares Joe Rogan's like stature, his physique, to a goddamn like pug or whatever like French bulldog this dude is, which is kind of funny. I mean, Joe Rogan's like build kind of does look like a fucking mouse or a little bulldog. Like, it's okay to make jokes, dude. It's fine to make jokes, but not when you condemn people for the same shit. And you had people in the comment section saying, hi Ethan, what types of physical attributes do you think it's okay/not okay to body shame, and why? And he won't answer. There's no way, it's impossible for him to answer that bullshit, because he plays two sides of the fucking card. He's two-faced, dude. You can't do things like this and expect not to get shit on at this point. Such a sad life that you've made yourself on the goddamn internet, isn't it? Ethan, with peace and love, please stop talking about other people's bodies, regardless of differing politics. This is not a sleigh. And you can tell this is the exact fucking H3H3 fan right here using the terms "this is not a sleigh" with peace and love. Like, this is the goddamn Ethan Klein fan. And even she is calling him out for this bullshit. Oh my god, what a fucking meme. Please don't talk. And he shows a picture of Ethan versus a goddamn fat ass dog saying overweight. And then you got a person replying saying, you know he doesn't care, right? He'd probably just laugh at this if he saw this. Well, he obviously seems to care when he's on his goddamn podcast, morally grandstanding against other people, playing the cancel culture guy, playing the politically correct guy, and getting his audience based off of those fucking people, grifting the shit out of that. So even if he doesn't care, I guess he's just pretending to care on his goddamn podcast, but you can't play two different people, dude. And we saw this in great fashion in these goddamn 3 occasions right now. What a good fucking laugh. What a good laugh. One of the better laughs at H3 in a while, because it just shows the fucking terrible life that he now has fucking gave himself. And he is the only goddamn person to blame for his sad ass life that he now has to live on for the rest of the goddamn internet. See ya, dude.
This is the audience that he's attracted now. These are the people that listen to him now, right? Back in 2017, you can go on your podcast and say the N-word and laugh about black people being scarier and stuff like that. And his audience back then, like, even if they reacted negatively to it, it didn't really matter. You know what I mean? But now he can't even he's not even making any fat jokes, to be fair to him. He's not really doing that. But even just like shitting on somebody who happens to be overweight, that's too far. You can't do that. You get canceled by your own chat. It's so funny to me, right?